welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy and today we're going to talk about sleeping with your colleagues, as in having sex, having a romantic relationship with someone that you work with. Should you do it? Should you not? What are the pros? What are the cons? What should you watch out for? But before we get started, if you do have any questions, you can ask me on Instagram. But as I think I said in my last video, I am struggling to get through all of the Instagram messages. So you can also leave them down in the comments if you have a pressing question. And yeah, that's it. So let's get into it. It's like 30% of people that meet their spouse at work, which is great, but we all know that sleeping with someone at work can get a little bit messy, but nevertheless, people obviously do it anyway. But if you guys watch my other videos, I'm sure you will know by now that working on a cruise ship is very different to having a normal job here on land. So if you're working on a cruise ship and you are thinking about sleeping with one of your colleagues, genuinely one of the main things that you need to ask yourself is working on a cruise ship a career to me or a job to me? So a career is something that you're passionate about. You want to work up the ranks, you want to get as high as you can possibly be, you want to put your all into it. If you have a job, you are simply just there to get a paycheck. You don't really care about working up the ranks. You're not too bothered about working your hardest because you're there to do the bare minimum and just get paid, which is absolutely fine. And you know what, from the outside, it can look as though you have a career when you actually have a job. So I'm gonna be really honest with you right now. I see YouTube, Cruising as Crew, as my career. This is where I want to progress. This is where I see my future. Now, from the outside, it looks like I have a very successful cruise ship career, which I do, but I have no interest in working up the ranks. I cannot tell you how many times I have been asked to be assistant manager, to work my way up to manager, which is amazing, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. I mean, literally every ship I've worked on, they've been like, we want you to be manager, we want you to be, you know, to work up, and I'm like, I'm not interested, I don't want it. So that is the first thing you need to ask yourself. Are you similar to me in that you're just there to do what needs to be done, but you have no interest in working up the ranks? Or are you like, no, I love this, I am going to become assistant manager, then the next position that is up from there, and this is going to be my career? If you decide that this is just a job, then sleep with who you want, because it doesn't matter. You're just there to get your bag, do what you want. If you decide that this is your career, you really need to be judicious about who you sleep with amongst your team, the people that you work with, because on a cruise ship especially, it could affect how fast or how successful you become in that job. Sleeping with a colleague on a cruise ship is very different to sleeping with a colleague in a job on land. Now the reason is, if you're working at a job on land, of course everyone in the office likes the office gossip and is involved in everyone's business, but you get to leave the office and go home to your friends and your family who are completely separate from those people that you work with. On a ship, you have obviously left your friends and family at home to work on a ship, which means that the people you work with are going to become your friends, your family, and everything in between. So you're going to be getting all of your needs met from this one group of people. They're also going to be your professional team who, you know, you want to impress on a professional level if it's a career and you want to progress. And what this means is there is no escape. There is no escape from the people you work with, because you work every single day on a cruise ship contract. So you will see these people every single day, and they will want to talk about, you know, the new relationship that's sparking up between you and so and so. And also, you're going to see the person you're sleeping with every single day if you work with them. The only thing I can compare it to is like, if you have a friendship group of girls and boys, oh well, I mean if you're gay then, but if you have a friendship group and you start sleeping with someone inside that friendship group, if things go tits up with the person you're sleeping with, it's also going to affect the dynamic with your friends, and you're still going to have to see him or her because he is intermingled with all of your friends. So that is what it's like sleeping with someone that you work with on a cruise ship. That you can't really get away. And this is obviously amazing when everything is going well, because it's fun to tell your work colleagues, oh my god, we did this, it was so good, we had such a good time. And it's really fun to see your crush at work. It adds a little bit of excitement to the day. You're like, oh my god, he's over there, woo. But when shit hits the fan, or if shit hits the fan and it doesn't go well, that's less fun. When the conversations you're having with your team members are, yeah, I'm really upset, I'm really disappointed, or I've really upset him or her, and you can't escape him or her. You have to see them every day for the next 4 months. That is when it gets a little bit sticky. And you know what? If we could control who we got feelings for, wouldn't life be literally 20 times easier? Oh my god, it would be a dream. But we can't. And we are actually genetically programmed as women to fancy the most mateable person in a group of people. And this is why you develop a crush on someone at work. And even though logically you're like, I have no idea why I fancy this person. Like, they are not my type, they are a bit weird, but I have a really big crush on them. It's because they are potentially the most mateable person in that group of people. If you're a guy and you are mildly hotter than others, then this is great for you, because every girl on the team is probably going to have a crush on you, because we're literally hardwired to do that. It's a survival thing. But anyway, my point is, it is completely possible and likely that you are going to develop feelings for someone that you work with. And if this does happen, then the questions you need to ask yourself, obviously, is this a job or a career? Do I really give a shit? Is it worth potentially putting myself in a really difficult situation in the future for? And realistically, is this just going to be a fling, or is this going to turn into something more serious? And is it worth jeopardising my job for whatever this could potentially turn into or be? You're probably thinking, Jesus Lucy, lighten up. Why is it going to jeopardise my job if I sleep with someone that I work with? Well, because you're going to put less attention on your actual job and more attention on the person that you're working with. You're maybe going to spend a little longer flirting with them than you should, and potentially get in trouble for not being where you should be or doing what you should be. And it does not matter how discreet you think you are, people will know. People will know. Because when you spend every day with people, which you will do with the people you work with, you get to know them pretty well. So people will notice a change. People will notice that sneaky little wink or whatever you think you're doing secretly. But if this is a job and you don't give a shit about working up the ranks, go for it. Wink away, flirt away, have fun, who cares? But if you want to work your way up the ranks and this is your dream job and you love it, then maybe not. Because look, if you're looking for someone to have fun with or find a relationship or whatever you're looking for, there's literally people everywhere on a cruise ship. You do not have to choose the person that is in your vicinity, that is working in your department. Like, I work in the shops department. I can find someone in entertainment, I can find someone in the engine department. Like, you can look elsewhere. And again, I know this comes back to, well, wouldn't it be great if we could choose who we fall for? I mean, to some degree, you kind of can. Like, if you're telling yourself that you're in love with someone, you're only further perpetuating that. Whereas if you're like, no, I work with him or her, don't need that in my life, then you can kind of guide yourself out of it a little bit more. But some advice that I can give you if you're going to do this, because yes, I've done it. I've worked on ships for 8 years. Of course I have. You know, I've had a boyfriend who I work with. The advice is, don't be telling people your business. If you have a fight or a disagreement, keep it to yourself. Do not go around telling everyone what's going on, even though it can be tempting, because as women especially, we like to air all our dirty laundry. Call your mum or call your friend at home. Do not tell your colleagues everything. They don't need to know. It's none of their business. And trust me, it is better, like, the less they know, the better it will be for you in the long run. Going back to being discreet at work, hopefully you are discreet at work, because, I mean, it's just professional. But even if But even if you are like completely dead at work and you're like, no one will know, your roommates are gonna know. So that's 2 people in the team that are gonna know you're sleeping with someone or you're in a relationship with someone, because you're presumably using the cabin to do so, which means that you will have to say to your roommate, hey, I want to have so-and-so over tonight, do you mind if you get out? Do you see what I mean? Like, it's just inevitable that people are going to find out, unless you have an incredible roommate who really keeps it to himself. And believe me, if you have that, then you have hit the motherfucking jackpot and you should get them a present, because it is very rare. But anyway, so that is my advice / video on sleeping with a colleague. So just ask yourself what you want out of this. Do you want it to be a career? Are you just here to get your paycheck? Do you care about progression? Do you not care about progression? And how much do you like this person, really? Are they worth it? Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I cannot take any more Instagram messages, so please, any questions, put them in the comments. And if there is a question that you're like, oh my god, I can answer that, answer the question for me, help your girl out. But anyway, have a fantastic rest of the day. I really appreciate you being here and watching this video, and as always guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.